What is up, guys? Baal here. The Paimon bargain shop has just reset on the Asia servers in Genshin Impact, so I wanted to make this video to let you guys know what is going to be in the shop in the September shop, as well as if you guys should purchase anything and how good each of these shop items are, and as well as a reminder to make sure you guys buy out your Paimon bargain shop summons for the anniversary as well as 2.1 update. So as you guys can see here, the characters available in the shop for September are going to be Xingqiu for 34 star glitter and Ningguang for 34 star glitter. And the weapons available are the Blackcliff weapons for 24 star glitter. Now bear in mind, it takes 5 star glitter to get 1 summon, so essentially buying a Blackcliff weapon or any weapon in the Paimon bargain shop would cost you 5 summons worth of potential, and if you buy any character, it's almost 7 summons worth of summon potential. And also really quickly, bear in mind that the weapon banner has a soft pity that starts around 66 summons, and the character banner has a soft pity that starts around 76 summons, where when soft pity activates, your 5-star summon chance increases drastically. So essentially, if you buy a character, you are limiting yourself from an 11th worth of summons potential to get your next 5-star, as well as you could probably get a 4-star within 7 summons as well too, which could be a constellation or new character for something else. And for weapons, you could probably end up picking up a weapon because weapon banners do have a higher summon chance for everything compared to character banners as well. When it comes to Blackcliff weapons, they are nice stat sticks, but I really don't think Blackcliff weapons are really worth buying at all because you guys got to look at the passive. The passive says after defeating an enemy, your attack will increase by a certain percentage up to 3 stacks. But the character does have to be on the field when the monster dies, as well as you have to have killed the monster with your character's skill that has the Blackcliff weapon. So ultimately, it's just a glorified stat stick, and there's a lot better stat sticks out there from the battle pass. If you guys are free to play, there's a lot of craftable 4-star alternatives you can use, or possibly free event weapons, or you might get a weapon on a banner when you just pull and you accidentally get a 4-star weapon. The only Blackcliff weapon that makes sense to me for anybody buy is if you are a Shao player and you have no weapons and you're not going to buy the battle pass. This Blackcliff weapon is definitely going to be an okay use for a main DPS character. However, every other weapon has an alternative that is free that's going to be good. So instead of Blackcliff Satcher, you can always use Prototype Archaic or use the Ket or the Luxurious Sea Lord or even Snow Tomb on certain Claymore main DPS uses. For Blackcliff Longsword, you can always use the Kageuchi Craftable for something like Ayaka as a main DPS. Blackcliff Agate doesn't make sense because there's a lot of catalysts out there that are 4-star or craftable that can be used as well. For Blackcliff Warbow, Prototype Crescent or the Hana Yumi Bow from Inazuma Craftable is just better anyways, but Prototype Crescent is usually going to be better for a lot of people. Now let's first talk about the options of buying Xingqiu. I do think new players who started around the Yoimiya banner or the Ayaka banner that do not own Xingqiu should definitely pick it up, because if you do not have Kazuha for Yoimiya or you don't have Mona for Ayaka, you are going to be stuck with some weird alternatives. And Xingqiu will also be good for Baal comps if you guys want to run something like a Baal Taser comp or something like that. So it'd be very useful to potentially get C0 because we don't know when Xingqiu will be coming back. And some of these characters to come that we know of might not be so good to pair with the characters that we recently got. If you guys are a veteran though, I don't think you really need to pick up Xingqiu unless your box is going to be very, very slim on characters for some reason. Now, constellation-wise, I don't really think it's worth buying Constellation for Xingqiu because his constellations do help him quite significantly, especially with C2 where it extends his ulti time by 3 seconds and gives Hydra resistance down, as well as the C6 for getting energy back for himself. However, I don't think it's absolutely necessary for you to pick up these things because eventually Xingqiu will be right up on a banner and you probably will be able to pick these constellations up, and I'd rather have those 7 summons available for me to get closer to my pity or to pick up another 4-star character, because a lot of 4-star characters are very good with constellations. They just all have different usability and different purposes and different team comps. Even at Constellation 0, Xingqiu is a very, very good support for a lot of characters, especially Freeze and Pyro teams for Vaporize. If you do not own Sacrificial Sword R3, I do recommend you run a energy recharge weapon, whether it's Sac Sword R1, R2, or Favonius Sword, or even Skyrider Sword down here as a 3-star, and then run an energy recharge Hourglass. Because if you don't have this double proc or C6 on Xingqiu, it might be a little bit difficult for you to be able to get enough energy to get your ulti back to back, because that's definitely going to be very important to get your ulti back to back on a Freeze team or even a Vaporize team and some other team comps. Now let's really briefly talk about Ningguang, our Geomami. I know there's a lot of people who like her, who waifu her, but personally for myself, I don't think new players should really be picking her up unless you have Albedo or Zhongli. Albedo and Zhongli is her best pairing for double Geo Resonance. Even if you run all three of them together, it's a really good composition. However, if you do not have C2, it's not going to be very good. So if you end up buying Ningguang just to have C0, you could have her for collection, but at the same time, you'll probably end up pulling Ningguang, just pulling on random banners as a random 4-star that you pick up, or she'll be rated up on a banner and you can end up grabbing her. C1 is very nice to get AoE on your normal attacks, but the AoE size is kind of small. But C2 is really where this nice part is, where after you use your elemental skill and burst skill, your burst skill closes your jade screen or your elemental skill to make it go away, and so it allows you to reuse your curtain again for more energy or for more damage. C6 is also a very, very big thing for heavy damage hitting. However, I don't think you guys should buy Constellations or buy her for the first time. If you guys really want to, I'm not going to stop you, but bear in mind, once again, it will put you behind on your next 5-star pity. And if you don't have Zhongli and Albedo, it's kind of copium. One last thing I do want to talk about is if you guys are watching this video early and you guys are on EU or NA, you guys will have the ability to purchase Beidou in the shop. If you guys are going to be summoning for Baal in the 2.1 update, one of the best team compositions or pairings you could do with Baal would be Beidou plus Baal, because Baal would increase a character's burst damage based on its energy cost, and Beidou does have an 80 energy cost, as well as Baal will recover energy for her allies, so that energy recovery could definitely be useful for the consistency of Beidou, paired with double electro bonus with Baal's energy recovery and all those electro particles you're going to be getting. So it could do a lot of damage. Beidou has one of the highest damage dealing ultis, especially for off-field damage. So it could be definitely be a good pickup if you end up getting C2. If you guys don't have the ability to get C2 and you guys are trying to buy a constellation for C1 or C0, it's not going to be very worthwhile. If you guys pick up C0, it's understandable if you guys are trying to make a shoehorn team for her, but you can always use other electro characters as well. So do consider looking at Beidou if you guys are a huge Baal fan. For those that don't know, what Constellation 2 for Beidou does is it makes the Stormbreaker, which is her ulti, the arc lightning that does occur, it will jump 2 additional times. When you don't have C2, what will happen is it will jump 3 times in total to do 3 hits, while if you do have C2, it'll do 5 hits in total. So if you do that, if you don't have C2, you'll have only 3/5 of the damage that is potentially available to Beidou's ultimate. The only other constellation that actually does matter is going to be C6, where it's going to reduce the electro resistance of the targets hit by the ultimate. C1 will just give you a shield that's kind of small. C3 and C5 will just increase your skill levels, and C4 will just buff Beidou's normal attacks. So I don't really recommend you buy Beidou for any constellation other than C2, or if you're possibly picking up your first Beidou for Baal, but at the same time, be wary of that, because C0 Beidou might not be what you expect it to be because the lack of the extra arc jumps. One last thing I do want to talk about the Blackcliff weapons is I do want to talk about the passives again, because the passive only does activate when you do kill an enemy, and in the endgame content of the Spiral Abyss, there is often not a lot of enemies for you to be able to kill, so you could build up stacks. In the overworld, there's tons of hilly trolls and tons of weak monsters you can kill. However, killing the overworld monsters really quickly doesn't help you very much. Also, killing weekly bosses and world bosses with the Blackcliff weapons gives you 0 passive anyways. So if you can see here on Chamber 2, there's only 1 monster for the Xingqiu. On Chamber 2 first half, there's 2 Metatrolls that spawn, and then afterwards there's going to be 2 mages that spawn, or an Abyss Mage and a Lava Troll that spawns, so you're only going to get like 2 stacks passive total. On Chamber 3 of the very final room of the Spiral Abyss, or the endgame content, you're going to fight 1 Ruin Guard or 1 Ruin Hunter first, and then after you fight 3 of these guys, but usually they stack up on top of each other and you have AoE so that you can end up killing all 3 of them at the same time. So that's essentially why the Blackcliff passive is not so great for endgame players and endgame content. If you guys just want to pick it up as a stat stick, go ahead, it's your guys' summons, but I also advise against it. Alright, that's going to be all for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment down below what you guys think about the September shop, as well as if you guys are picking anything up. Make sure you guys subscribe for more Genshin Impact guides, as well as Genshin Impact content. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitch for live account reviews and Abyss help and Genshin content, as well as we're going to be hosting a lot of giveaways in the month of September for Genshin Impact. So if you guys are free to play and looking for Welcome Moon passes or possibly Battle passes, make sure you guys check me out on twitch.tv/KionPie. Follow me on Twitter. We do have a giveaway for Welcome Moon passes on Twitter right now as well too. We post Primo Gem codes, short guides, as well as important Genshin Impact information there. Make sure you guys join the Discord to be part of our Genshin Impact community. We also have giveaways going on Discord right now as well too, which is just going to be a contest asking why you guys would like a Welcome Moon Pass or deserve a Welcome Moon Pass. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace!